It's October 12th, 2021, and you are listening to the Take the Over podcast presented by Live Casino Pittsburgh. Let's go. All right, welcome back, loyal listeners and early retirees. My name is Derek, and I'm going to be your host for the Take the Over podcast. And joining me today is, as always, our faithful co-host, Drew Herchko. Drew, how we doing, man? How you hanging in there?
This week I'm doing better than John Gruden. He's not having a great week.
No?
But we had a good week overall, I think, with all of our picks from last week. And overall, I'm doing well this week.
Thanks
for asking. How are you?
Dude, we had another great week. Let's not sell it short. I want to be humble, but it is getting hard because the podcast
That's what she said.
The podcast is thriving right now. If you are not following these picks, well, you should be. Last week we went. What was the official record? It was on there. It was what?
10-3-1.
Yes, but it's actually 11-3-1 because the Ravens on a Monday Night Miracle pulled out. So I hit my parlay, which made us 11-3-1 last week, which puts us at like 47-20-1, 2 overall. 47-20-2 overall.
Is that good?
I don't know. You tell me. Is that good?
Hold on, let me write it down. What do you say, 40?
Sometimes it's better to see it. Yeah.
20?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good record. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
How many games is that total?
I don't know. You do the math.
47 plus 20 plus 2?
Yeah. 47 plus 20, 67, 69, 60. Nice. So yeah. And believe me when I tell you this is going to come crashing back down to earth. It doesn't have a choice. All right. Even professional sport, just to give you a reference of how insane these numbers are. Even a professional sports bettors, hit around 56%. Like the number is 56. If you hit on 56% of your bets, you could be a professional sports bettor. We are two idiots in my basement. And we are currently hitting at 68% because we drink a lot, and then we're just like, screw it, let's take this and just see what happens. Drew, that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Literally, if you're listening to this and you're taking our bets, and we do have a few loyal listeners. We have one guy on the Instagram that hits me up all the time, and he said I took your Jaguars -6.5 teased it down pick for some plus money, and that hit. He said thank you for the pick. I said good sir. You are welcome. And guess what? We have another great week. This is actually a really exciting week because good news, everybody. Hockey is back, and we still. Hey, it's early. We still have to learn all the players. We still have to learn.
No. There's no time.
We just got to dive right into it.
There's no time. I gotta get before we go any further.
Yeah,
I need to comment on FanDuel Sports Book on the internet. If you have the app or if you go on the website,
okay,
they have a deal. So I talked to you about this before the show a little bit. I'm very pumped about this because, as you know, I like to take player point prop parlays.
Player point props.
Player prop point parlays. What the triple P's. Player prop point. The quadruple P's. So you might as well make it a 4-teamer.
2 PPs.
Anyways, on the FanDuel Sportsbook,
yeah, tell me.
They have an NHL parlay insurance.
Okay.
Up to $25 back each day. So if you place a 4-leg or more parlay wager with cash on any NHL games from 10-12 to 10-19, so to next Tuesday.
Yep.
If exactly one leg loses, get a refund in site credit, maximum refund $25 per day. So if you bet a 4-teamer for a player point prop parlay, prop point parlay,
yeah,
that one,
3 of them have to hit.
3 of them have to hit. If you bet a 5-teamer, 4 of them have to hit. If you bet a 12-teamer, 11 of them have to hit.
If you bet a 12-teamer, you're Drew Herchko. That is what that means. So yeah, take some free money again from FanDuel. We took some money last week whenever we had that Penn State Spread the Love campaign. Pretty terrible ending to that game. I don't know how you're a top 25 or top 5 school in the country and you don't have a backup quarterback. That's kind of depressing. So with that being said, let's talk about where we were right last week. I know, Drew, you have them up there, right? Because I don't have them up on my computer, but just go ahead and read the first one off of me.
Yeah, we the Rams -2.5.
Yeah,
you were
covered
glad
easy.
You went with your gut, exactly right. Rams -2.5 won. Buccaneers -10.
That was you.
Hit. Titans -4.5 hit. Cardinals -5.5. Steelers -1.5. Chargers -1.5. We all saw that coming.
Well, you saw it coming.
The Titans Jags over 48.5 hit.
Yeah.
Saints over 44.5 hit. And then the Bills over 2017 points hit. And the Eagles plus 9.5 and over 38.
That was your parlay pick of the week.
Yep,
that was
so.
Nice. So we had a pretty good week.
Is that enough winners?
We did lose. We lost 3 games. But when you're betting that much, you're gonna lose some. I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you're gonna lose some. Some people are going to disappoint you. For me. It was me to my parents. So you're gonna disappoint some people in your life, but as long as you can stay afloat, again, 68 or 69%, it's right there on the board. It's nice. Right on the border of it. So we are ready to have another week, and I know Drew hasn't looked at any of the lines yet because he doesn't do that before the show starts. I have looked at some lines here, and you know what? Since we're on such a good streak with Thursday night games, let's and by the way, again, completely just know. This is gonna come crashing down. But,
no, it's not.
But while we're hot, we are going to ride this right now. So we are going to ride this right now. So let's just hop into it. We're about 6 minutes into the podcast, into the show. Also, know for our people that listening out on Facebook, we appreciate you. If you want to comment some lines or some of your picks in the chat, we will certainly get to as many as we can, or talk about the games that you'd like us to talk about. For the people that are listening to this after the fact, feel free to hit us up on Instagram at TakeTheOverPod. If you're listening right now, though, good job for you, because we have some tonight only picks that you can only get tonight. So Tuesday night picks. So if you're listening right now, you have won a little bit. So we're going to start off with a Thursday night matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Tampa Bay, last time I looked, Drew, Tampa Bay, FanDuel had it at Tampa Bay -7. Is that still at Tampa Bay -7?
Tampa Bay -7 on the FanDuel app.
All right.
-106.
Thursday night game, what's your first thought?
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's tough, huh?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You think the Eagles are sneaky good?
I think the Eagles are sneaky good, yes.
Yeah, that's...
Are you reading my... What's next?
I can't say that on air.
Good, very good. Yeah. That was a test and you passed. I don't like the actual line itself, so I was looking at some other things on the game, which it's a Thursday night game, and we're on Tuesday, so
not a lot of stuff.
There is thankfully enough to kind of go off of. I like Mike Evans over 65.5 receiving yards.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm just going to jump straight to that. I don't like the game at all. If I was going to take something, I would probably take the Eagles. I think they have a chance to win this game. Tampa Bay is not going to win every game.
Yeah.
Who knows? Short week. Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia's front 2 are pretty good, so
they aren't bad.
I think that they could play a factor in the Eagles maybe winning this game.
So I'm gonna be so Drew likes Mike Evans over what 65.5?
65.5, yeah.
Mike Evans over 65.5. I don't think that's a bad line. I think Mike Evans is getting a ton of looks right now. I'll tell you a guy who's getting a ton of looks right now is Antonio Brown in that offense. And
he's 61.5 yards. I almost took that one, by the way.
I mean, all that dude does is just he just comes in and produces year after year. And I saw a meme on Instagram today that he was right about everything. He was right about the Steelers falling apart when he left. He was also right about I mean, they haven't played great since he left. The Killer Bees left. He was also right about John Gruden and the Raiders, because he left remember he was on the Raiders for like half a minute. Yeah, he's right about that. And so maybe AB's not as crazy as we all thought he was. He's pretty crazy, but maybe he wasn't as bad as we maybe he saw the writing on the wall for these teams before we did. My thought is Brady is turning back the time. He's just turning back the hands of time. It's insane. Last week he threw for 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. What was this, like 500 yards or something like that?
Look up his stats.
It was ridiculous.
The fact that he's 43, is that right?
45. Wow, he's old.
And Ben's like a few years younger than him.
Yeah,
but Ben does not look a few years younger than Tom Brady.
So someone said, to put it in perspective, Tony Romo came into the league after Brady won his first Super Bowl, and Tony Romo's in the box right now calling games, and Brady's still on the field playing. So
and he looks great.
He looks better than he did when he got drafted.
He looks great.
So
he didn't look great when he got drafted. So.
That avocado ice cream or whatever you're eating, Brady, just keep hammering that. So if I were to look at this game, Drew likes the prop bets. He doesn't like to touch the line at all.
For this game,
yeah. It's one of those things where I think if Tampa Bay looks half as good as they did last week against Miami, they win by 10. They just have to control the clock, have an efficient offense. The defense is going to have to contain Jalen Hurts, but their defense is a top 10 rush defense. The only offensive advantage the Eagles have over the Buccaneers right now is in rush yards per game. So the Eagles are rushing the ball more per game. And I think a lot of that comes from Jalen Hurts. Obviously, you have a quarterback that can get out of the pocket and make plays happen. They just have to keep them in like third and long situations. If you force Jalen Hurts to beat you, you will win every game. I truly believe that. What
did you just say?
If you force Jalen Hurts to beat you, you will win every game.
What does that? Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yeah. If a team schemes for Jalen Hurts to beat them, like make him pass, make him stay in the pocket, make him pass. He's not. I think they can make him make mistakes. I don't believe it. I'm just not a believer in Jalen Hurts.
I believe in Jalen Hurts.
Why?
Because he excelled at Alabama. I mean, you don't get to those levels without being an extremely impressive athlete with incredible abilities.
Well, yeah.
So I think
Ryan Leaf had incredible abilities.
At any given time, yeah, Ryan Leaf, he's a case study in himself. But I think Jalen Hurts, I mean, he's I don't know. In his time at Alabama, he was the prototypical quarterback, right? He ran around, but then he could also throw. He could kind of do it all. And then he had his injury. And then all of that, whatever happened.
What about him at Oklahoma?
I didn't follow much of him at Oklahoma, but my thing for that type of quarterback is I don't think that translates to success in the NFL all the time.
It doesn't.
And I think that Kyler Murray is kind of proving that mold to be wrong.
Well, Kyler Murray also has a way better arm than
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
You have different halves, right? You had the first half last night and the second half last night.
Yeah, that was more defense and offense.
So it's that type of quarterback I think is dangerous at any time.
But they're streakier. But they're streakier.
Sure, yeah, but I think that the mobile quarterback is still becoming a new thing in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of teams tried it and then failed, and then they're like, "Oh, let's go back with what works. Give me a brick back there that can just stay in the pocket, take hits." And this is probably, well, I should say that because they did play Carolina last week, and Carolina's a great defense. Carolina actually gave them that game. That was an early Christmas gift. I'm going to go Tampa Bay -7. I hate laying that many points on a Thursday on a short week. It's not my most confident bet of the week, that's for sure. But I think that Brady just finds ways to win games. Tampa Bay, they do cover a decent amount, so I'm gonna go Tampa Bay -7 in that. I think all Tom Brady has to do is just look like he did last week. I mean, obviously 5 touchdowns is hard to do. That's tough to do. But I'm gonna go Tampa Bay -7.
Yeah, I'm not touching the spread on that. If I was going to do something, I would consider Eagles, but
you have to take some kind of action on because it's Thursday night. It's the only game on.
Fine, we'll do Eagles +7. We split on that.
Oh, you're gonna actually no. I'm saying you could take Mike Evans over 65.
Well, yeah,
that's fine.
Okay. Sometimes,
yeah.
You're not telling me to take the spread.
No.
Okay.
No, follow your heart. Don't do anything like that.
Yeah. I'm not. If I did take something, I'd take the Eagles +7, but no, I'm not gonna touch that.
Okay, so you're gonna go Mike Evans over 65.
One long touchdown. Yep. First play of the game.
That'd be good because then we both hit. It covers the spread. 7 points right there. You go. So our second game of the week, we have another early morning game. So if you like waking up and drinking for football,
American football,
yes, American football in London, we have it. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Miami Dolphins.
It's the Jacksonville Jaguars at home.
Technically,
they're home. Yeah,
they're going to have the most banners in the stadium. I wouldn't necessarily call it a home game. Anytime you go over there, it's not really a home game. But what a great time for Urban Meyer to get out of the country, huh? If we're being honest, Urban Meyer getting out of the country right now is probably the best thing. You know what? Honestly, he's gonna have to take the team plane home. So from this one, so maybe
he may. We'll see.
I mean, I think he's got to. There's no
way.
Could
see him sailing across the seas on a cruise ship, just at a bar. I didn't know they had cell phones on cruise ships.
Just floating on some girl across the Atlantic. Is it the Atlantic?
That is.
Yeah,
you're correct.
Hey, let's go.
That's correct.
So this game is +3.5. Now I will say I don't have money notes for this game because it's hard to actually to find positive stats about either of these teams. The Miami Dolphins have looked bad this year. They've looked like a team that, I mean, they were supposed to compete this year. Like realistically, this was the year. Their defense was supposed to be good, and since then, the last like 3 games, their defense has just gotten wrecked, just gotten shit wrecked. On the I'm gonna pull up some stats here from last week here against the Buccaneers. Miami Dolphins gave up 45 points. Now that was the Tom Brady coming out bowl apparently. We had them in week 2. They lost to the Bills. Oh, that was preseason. Never mind. I'm sorry. In week,
check out their offensive stats.
What? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They lost 35-0. They lost to the Raiders 38-21. They lost to the Colts 27-17, and they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 45-17. So their offensive stats have not been good.
Their best rank between offensive and defensive stats in the league is 24th, and that's in defensive rushing yards. So that's their best rank.
Okay,
they are not better than 24th in any other stat.
Jesus. Between offense and defense.
Between offense and defense. So you've got 31st total yards, 30th in passing yards, 32nd in rushing yards, 31st in points, 25th in third down conversion percentage.
Is this the week? Is this the week Urban Meyer gets his first win?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Is this the week that Urban Meyer gets his first win?
The Jags are underdogs, but I think the Jags
are and it's a weird underdog too because they're they're technically saying,
and this is the game that Urban's had circled on his calendar since he took this job because it's like, hey, I get a family paid vacation to London. So
depends what family he's taking this time.
Well, before a couple weeks ago, it was going to be a really good time.
Yeah.
Now it's just going to be just a nice little excursion for the troop.
He needs this. I think the team needs this more than anything. Honestly,
yeah, I agree.
Teams come together on these trips. Nobody wants to sit on the plane for 7 hours. Nobody wants to go change 6 hours ahead or 5 hours ahead on their time zone. They don't want these things to happen, but they're in it, so they might as well all right, we're in this together. It's a good bonding experience. I hope. It's a tough one. If I'm betting anything on this game, I'm taking Trevor Lawrence over his rushing yards, which should be right around 20 or 22 yards. It probably shouldn't be up yet, but it's a primetime game. He's going to want to show off. They're going to want to show him off to the world, literally the world, because it's an international game. So for me, I'm thinking Trevor Lawrence over 20, whatever it is. If it's under 30 yards, take the over on that. He's going to hit that. But this also does feel like a game where Jacksonville figures it out, and Miami is such a mess right now that they could get their first win and then Trevor Lawrence has still never won in America playing at the professional level.
Well, do you think Jacksonville has a future plan to be the London American football team?
No, because they have fans. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where they have fans. My thought is, if you're going to go with a team that doesn't have any fans, you go with the Chargers, right? I mean, they're never going to take him out of LA because they just paid a ton of money for that stadium, but they don't have fans there. So
yeah, they're not going to move.
They're not going to move. Again. But I don't think there is going to ever be a full team in the. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't think there's immediate plans for there to be an NFL team in London. I think they're going to keep doing these like one-off games and just see how hey, we're selling 1 million jerseys a week because we're putting a team over there a week. So again, I'm going to go for the Jacksonville Jaguars are getting 3.5 points against the Miami Dolphins, who honestly look like a mess, man. They really just have not looked good. If I were to take this game right now on the line, I would say Jacksonville plus 3.5.
Agreed.
But what my bet is, where my money's going is Trevor Lawrence over rush yards. So, but Drew, are you taking?
Yeah, I got Jacksonville plus 3.5.
You got Jacksonville plus 3.5.
Yep. All
right, I'm gonna write that down for Drew. This is the week. Drew says this is the week. Urban Meyer figures it out. And they get after it. Now their defense is still a mess. They're giving up a ton of points, but they're giving up a ton of points to an offense who's not scoring at all. So this is what's the over under in that game? Because it can't be much, right?
47.
Oh, it's higher than I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like that. Any games stick out to you? Because there are some lines here that just look like they could be real juicy here.
Yeah, Packers minus 4.5 at the Bears. I mean, I don't know. That could be.
So you just talked yourself right out of it.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, I just thought about Texas A&M beats Alabama at home. I mean, Bears are at home. Home field advantage is a real thing.
It is a real thing. Justin Fields last week threw for 113 yards. Everyone wants to crown him like, oh, he's winning games. Yeah, he's winning games, but he's not. You know, and he's not even winning them with his feet. That defense kept them in that game for quite some time. So yeah, he threw for 113 yards last week. If you're going to win games in the NFL, you're probably going to have to do more than that. And who did they play last week? The Bears.
We need to shelf that discussion for a minute.
Okay.
Did you see the Chargers?
That could have been, dude. How many times have we watched a Browns game? Like that could have been the game of the year right there.
Did you see the Chargers line?
Yeah,
for next week.
Yeah. For this week, they are. They're what? They're getting. Well, it was 3.5. What is it? What is it at now?
Oh, it was a dry cough. +3.
They're getting 3 points against
at Baltimore.
At Baltimore.
How does that math add? How is Baltimore the favorite? Why did the Chargers keep getting disrespected?
You know, it's one of those things where they're like West Coast team coming to the East Coast. Did you watch that did you watch that Baltimore game last night?
No. I was watching the Tampa Bay Rays get eliminated from the MLB postseason, and now nothing is real.
Rest in peace. Moment of silence for Drew.
Sorry.
The show. They get screwed.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, well,
this is an NFL podcast. Go ahead.
This is sports podcast because we're gonna talk some Penguins because
yes, they got screwed. Derek, the umpire could not. He swung the game in the Red Sox favor by more than a run, according to statistics.
Yeah.
Off of some of the calls that he called balls, some of the balls that he called strikes, some of the strikes he called balls. He took it into his own hands, and it's nothing we can do about it.
That guy might be the only guy in the NFL, or that might be
dozens of listeners.
That guy might be the only guy in the entire universe right now that's hitting at a higher rate than we are, because he's actually physically controlling the outcome of a game. And again, we're just two idiots. So obviously, I know you like. So backtrack. We were talking about the Los Angeles Chargers getting points on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore made a hell of a comeback last night. They were down 22-9 at one point. Lamar Jackson had 2 fumbles in the red zone, and then all of a sudden, just a switch flipped. By the way, while we're talking about this game, I'm gonna brag a little bit here. I hit a 5-leg parlay, same game parlay. I had the Ravens money line. I had the game over 35 points. Tease that way down. Whatever. I just wanted a filler there. Lamar Jackson over 61.5 yards. He had 62. He got it in overtime. Marquise Brown over 55.5 yards. That hit early, and actually he hit that at the same time he scored a touchdown, which I had him to score a touchdown. It was plus 750. Boy, cashed in last night.
That was big. You texted me about that.
I did.
I was pumped. One, yep.
I was pumped. With that being said, I don't understand. Charger proved one thing last week. They can win shootouts, right? They can win. They can go toe-to-toe with anybody and win a shootout. So if you're going to do that, how are you disrespecting them and against an offense that the defense? It's I don't know. They did it against a defense that's supposed to be good. The Browns are supposed to be a good defense. So now you're looking at a team that can win high-scoring games. They can play against good defenses. Baltimore is a middle-of-the-road defense right now. I mean, they got diced up by Carson Wentz in just hitting his running back all night. He just kept throwing it to it, just kept dumping it off to his running back, and they got sliced up by that. So Justin Herbert is going to be able to move the ball against this team here. This feels like, and I already know which way Drew's going because Drew officially practices the Church of Latter-day Chargers. That's your new religion. So Drew, it was 3.5. It's down to 3. I feel like that line's going to swing a little bit more, especially after because Baltimore could be 1-5 right now. They don't hit a 66-yard field goal. They don't come back down 20 points.
I don't think Baltimore's that good. I don't think Baltimore's that good.
You don't?
No.
Someone put up
I think the Chargers are very, very, very good.
I think the Chargers' defense is very, very, very bad. They give up more rush yards than any team in the NFL, and that's why the line is the way it is.
So we're just going to take the over
because
51.5. I don't think that's a lot of points in this game.
No, I don't think. I think you could do that. You could take that over for sure.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's a tough one. 3.5 is not a lot, but if you're going to give me 3.5 points, I'm going to take. I'm gonna pull a Drew here. I'm gonna ride with the Chargers plus 3.5. I like the Chargers getting plus 3 points. Sorry, I'll take them a plus 3 points. If you like the over, I think the over is probably the better bet here at 51.5. 51.5 over 51.5 points in the Chargers at Baltimore. Obviously, both offenses have proved that they can score, so you might as well just go ahead and make it happen. Chargers, Baltimore, over 51.5. I'm going to write that down for you, over 51.5, Baltimore Chargers. That is disrespectful, though. They keep getting... There's a lot of disrespectful lines this week, actually.
Yeah, there's several. The Cardinals plus 3 at the Browns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which other one did I see here? The Chiefs minus 7.
You think it should be higher?
That should be like minus 17.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the Chiefs. I think they're gonna
just blow the doors off of them. Apparently,
yeah,
that's what you think.
I think yeah.
Just to give you a heads up here on the Cleveland Browns game. So let's talk about Cleveland Browns. We're talking Cleveland Browns versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona is the only undefeated team in the NFL.
Shout out Phil Mariani, Cleveland Browns. Go ahead.
Good. So Arizona is the only undefeated team left in the NFL, and we got a comment saying Browns minus 3 is as good as gold. Enough's enough. Oh, enough's enough. Let's hear it. Okay. What I will say is, I don't know. Arizona has one of the worst defenses. Why are you laughing so hard? Camera's on you, dummy.
Browns minus 3 is good as gold.
Good as gold.
I had to go see who wrote. I could have guessed who put that in there.
That is our good buddy. That's our good buddy Taylor out there listening. We appreciate you, Taylor. We appreciate you listening to the podcast. And minus 3 is good as gold. I don't know. Now I got to
go back to do what I was going to do on my phone, which is look up some Cleveland Browns stats that I can throw out there. So right. It's a completely objective. You continue talking, Derek. I'll go back to not monitoring the comment section.
The slander is real.
That's why they don't give these out at the door, pal.
So I would say, you know what? I kind of agree. I think this could be the week that Arizona trips it up. They could falter here. Their defense hasn't played as great as it has in the past. Last week, I think they gave up some points there last week. Let me just double check on that. And I think they didn't. They gave up 17. They gave up 10 points. So. I don't know. I think Cleveland's a better defense for sure than what they faced last week, and they only scored 17 points. They gave up 10 points, but they also played against Trey Lance, and he stinks. So I mean, he's young, but he stinks. So I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Browns, man.
I can give the Browns credit that they have the best rushing attack in.
It's not even good. That's
NFL.
Not even debatable.
And if you have the Cardinals have an issue that they can't stop. They have a tough time stopping that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you focus on it for a week. Does it matter if you know you're going up against Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, but it's not just Kareem Hunt out of the backfield. Like he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He gets a lot of passes out of there. So this what's the over under?
Over under is 49.5. I think that's very low.
Dude, that's way lower.
Yeah, that's much safer.
All right, we're going over on that game. Over 49.5 on the Browns Arizona, but we got some people out there that love the Browns. Love the Browns. We're so close to Cleveland. It was bound to happen. One of the that's probably going to be my bet the house pick, so I won't nope. I got my bet the house pick. Here's a game that I want to talk about, just because I think this is an extremely disrespectful line. Just an extremely disrespectful line. Cowboys minus 4 against the Patriots. The Patriots are not good this year.
No, it's true.
How is it only 4 points?
Well, let's try and see. Let's try and see through their mind's eye. Let's see what are we missing.
I'll tell you right now. Since the Cowboys dropped their first game to the Buccaneers in a close one, what have they done? Well, they beat a great Chargers team. They're the only team to beat the Chargers. They beat the Eagles, who you think are good, by 20 points. They beat the best defense in the league in Carolina last year, and they just came out and dog walked the Giants. Dude.
By the way, that's enough of throwing my own words in my face.
Listen,
all right, the Eagles are fine.
Listen, the Eagles stink. I'll tell you right now, that Daniel Jones walking back to the huddle after he got concussed.
Yeah.
Oh, I've only seen that walk one other time, and that was on a bucket night at Cal U when we were hammered leaving the bar on a Thursday night after singing karaoke. And that walk means one of two things: you've had too much Fireball, or you've had too many shots to the face.
Yeah.
All right, and he got.
I didn't see him do any Fireball.
Dude, that guy got dinged up. So this just seems like an all in for the Cowboys.
Cowboys -4.
Yeah, they got Zeke. You got Dak. Zeke's looking like Zeke of old. Dak's looking great. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, how are they going to stop all these guys? Also, Trayvon Diggs, obviously Defensive Player of the Year. He's got 6 picks in 5 games. That dude is on a record-setting pace. He can't be stopped. So you're telling me they're not gonna beat a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones, who's looked a little suspect at times. He's only won a handful of games against the Jets and the Dolphins, who are both trash. So
it's an interesting discussion because you have one of the top offenses in the Cowboys going up against one of the top defenses in the Patriots.
I agree.
And then you have one of the worst offenses in the Patriots going up against one of the worst defenses in the Cowboys.
Are the Cowboys that bad of a defense?
They're not. They're in the mid-20s.
They're middle of the pack.
Mid-20s.
Okay, all right.
So that's back third. They're
right.
bottom third. So I don't know what's going to prevail. I think that I agree -4 does not seem like enough. That's what I already wrote down, Dallas -4.
Yeah, Dallas -4 is, I just think that the Dallas has too many great players. I think they're going to get in Mac Jones's face. They can get, if you can't throw it to Trayvon Diggs in his direction at all. So that already takes half the field away from you. So for me, it definitely seems like Cowboys -4 is the play there. Drew's tailing that as well. -4. Boom. Let's lock that in. Again.
Oh, then we got Sunday night game.
Well, we'll get there. We got. Oh, that is Steelers game. That's Steelers game.
Here we go.
Oh, we get to add a line to the song.
Here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here we go.
Dun,
Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go.
They got Najee.
Black and the gold. Here we go.
We got Big Ben, and he's really old.
Here we go. Nice.
Yeah. I thought about that for 3 weeks. The Steelers finally got a win.
I think you might have some more time to think about another one, too.
Yeah. Well, really?
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Let's talk about this game. Again, we are...
How's Clarence doing? Is he doing all right?
Clarence is fine. Clarence is fine. He just turned 62, shot his best round of golf of the year. He shot 78. He played from 5,200 yards. We won't mention that. but he's feeling good. This game, again, we are... I broke Drew. I said we wouldn't mention that, Drew.
I was talking in relation to the Seahawks.
With the Seahawks.
You went and took it to a much more beautiful place than I was going.
Well, that's fine. The Steelers got the Seahawks coming to town this week. The Steelers, they didn't look bad last week. They beat a good defense in the Broncos, and they did it by just running the brakes off of Najee Harris. That dude is going to be good if they don't kill him first.
Yeah,
they're going to Christian McCaffrey.
That's the role of the running back anymore.
They're going to Christian McCaffrey the shit out of that.
That's the role of the
dude.
running back in the NFL. You have a few good years. And that's all you really. Then you're running back by committee. You're dinged up. It's very rare to see the one running back. The single running back anymore.
It's bad. We are again. So since this is a podcast based in Pittsburgh or a show, more of a show than a podcast, I would say. It was a big production. We got signs on the wall, so I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, we got headphones.
We're hitting 68% of our bets. This is a show. This is a show.
That's right. We got a sign.
Yeah, we got a sign. I got a sticker. It's fine. Wow. We got an on-air sign. Like this is a production. Wow. So what I would say is the Steelers.
Someone open my water, please.
We need an intern. So what I would say is the Steelers. What's that game at? Is it 3?
-4.5.
-4.5. They beat
Steelers -4.5.
They beat a good Denver Broncos team last week. Big Ben was efficient. They ran the brakes off of Najee. And this week they're playing Seattle, who has the worst defense in the NFL. You can look that up. You don't even have to look it up. I'm telling you, their defense. Let's trade 2 more picks, 2 more first-round picks, and get a safety who can't cover Jamal Adams. Good job. I'm so glad the Jets traded him for 2 first-round picks. I'm not bitter at all. I'm over it, you guys. What I would say is Juju Smith is out for the year. Right, that's a big hit for the Steelers, but it's at a position that they are very deep at. The Steelers seem to be able to find guys on South Side and be like, "Hey, you're now starting in the as a wide receiver," and they perform. They are. So yes, it hurts, but it's not as meaningful as a loss as, let's just say, T.J. Watt was. When T.J. Watt was out, you noticed him not being in the game. Joe Hayden, same thing. That defense is good, and they are. And the bigger story here is that Russell Wilson is out.
Yes,
Russell Wilson had a worse week for fingers, Urban Meyer or Russell Wilson?
Which sense are we going off of? Is it pain or is it smell?
I mean, Russell Wilson's fingers are up underneath the center's butt, so they can't smell great either.
That's I don't. I've no
It was a bad week for fingers in the NFL. Everybody, that's all. That's all I'll say.
Unless you had a foam one, then you were fine.
Yeah, that's true. Seattle's defense is not good. I'm not sold on the Steelers coming all the way. They're not going to be all the way back. But when you're facing
I hope so. I want to add so many more lines to that song.
No, they're going to win this game. When you're facing off against Geno Smith, who the last time Geno Smith.
When's the last time you saw Geno Smith besides preseason or like last week?
The Jets, when he played for the Jets.
How many years ago was that?
Well, before Darnold and before Fitzpatrick, so probably like 2015.
I haven't seen him
14.
play in a long time.
Yeah, his last memorable thing was when he got punched in the face by one of his offensive linemen in the locker room. The old Mountaineer, country roads,
take me home
to the place
I belong, West Virginia. Seattle Seahawks?
See, I don't know.
Nope.
No, but he's gonna fold like a cheap 10. He played well, and believe me, yeah,
I don't know if he will. I'm not sold on that. By the way,
he played well last week, coming into that game under pressure when they had to win. And that pick that he threw at the end of the game was not his fault. His receiver ran a great route, got bumped off of it. Probably should have been a pass interference. They didn't call it. Obviously, he threw to where the receiver should have been, not where the receiver was, because the receiver was on his back. Tyler Lockett. But here's my pick for this game. Steelers money line over 34.5 points. That gets you at minus 111. So we're making our line. Steelers money line over 34.5 points. I think that they can easily get over 34.5 points against that defense. Steelers money line over 34.5 points. Right now on FanDuel, that comes in at 111.
I like that play. I'm just going to take the over 42.5.
All right.
That's it.
You're taking a lot of overs.
Yeah. I might skip that portion of the show.
Yeah, you might have to. I usually like to put it in a nice segment so it makes it easier for me to cut up the video, but you're being a dick, so that's fine. There's some other lines here. You said Green Bay. You said let's get back to Green Bay. So let's get back to Green Bay. Green Bay, we're hopping back into it. Minus 4.5 against Chicago. Chicago's defense is not bad.
At Chicago. Yeah.
It's at Chicago. Chicago's defense is not bad. But I will tell you what, I'm not okay. Justin Fields, again, he was 12 for 20 for 111 yards. You got to be better than that. The Bears are winning games because they're averaging like 130 yards in the rush game, right? So Green Bay has to force Justin Fields to beat him through the air. And if this becomes a shootout, how do you not pick Green Bay? You know what I'm saying? Like Green Bay has done nothing but come out and win week after week after week. I'll tell you a team that really impressed me last week playing against Green Bay was Cincinnati. I think they are really for real. They're going to get Justin Burrow or Joe Burrow. They're going to get him killed. They're going to get him killed back there for sure. But yeah, Green Bay minus 4.5 just seems to make all the sense in the world to me. Their offense is way too good.
Yeah, but which Rodgers are we going to get? And then the Bears. I mean, this is I think one of the great rivalries in the NFL.
Yeah, but which Justin Fields are we going to get? The one that throws for 111 yards, the one that throws for 130 yards,
or runs for 130 yards?
But he hasn't done that yet. He hasn't done that yet in regular season. They're afraid to get him hurt. I mean,
waiting for this game. I don't know. I think I'm not as sold on the Packers right away as you are. I think.
What have the Packers done since week 1?
Played pretty well.
They've won.
They played pretty well.
And Aaron Rodgers has looked like an MVP.
But they're still week 1. I'm just saying it could happen to anybody at any time.
Are you cheering against Aaron Rodgers because you want him to be a Pittsburgh Steeler next year?
Is this a recorded line?
It is.
No.
Do you want Aaron Rodgers to be a Pittsburgh Steeler next year?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah? I don't think there's anybody out there that would say, well, except for like...
Do you know how many Yinzers are watching the Packer games or watching the Packer highlights and just thinking to themselves as they're watching, like...
Man, we got cheese over here. You guys get cheese here.
Man, that Rodgers look good in black and gold.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people saying that, myself included.
Dude, Mike Tomlin's kind of hinting about it.
Nah.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's kind of
hinting.
No, when they were looking at each other...
you remember the Facebook poke button? That's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, Urban Myers remembers the Facebook poke button. He's poking biddies all day. So for me, again, I think, well, you also have to remember this. Who did Chicago beat last week? The Raiders. What happened to the Raiders last week?
Wow, where do we start?
Yeah, it was a bad week. There's a play going around online where it looked like all 4 of the offensive linemen just didn't block. Like they were like, we're going to get this guy fired. We're going to get this guy fired right now. He's racist. He's sexist. He probably was, misogynist. But other than that, he's a good guy. You know what I mean? Like he's racist, he's sexist.
Take all that out, yeah.
Yeah, he's good family man.
He's a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, so you can't. Yeah, that's a whole other discussion. For here or there, but yeah.
So now you come back in and you say Green Bay or Chicago beat a team that was obviously going through some stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on in their minds, and it's not like they got it's not like they beat them bad. They just beat them. Green Bay is not a bad team. Green Bay is a well-coached team. They have a good defense. They have a good offense. Their defense struggles a little bit, but if this gets into a shootout, -4.5 is not going to be enough. I'm going to be interested to see where that line goes, if it kind of stays there throughout the week, or if it kind of goes more towards Chicago. If it gets any lower than 4.5, just hammer it, because I think Green Bay -4.5 is where you need to be.
All right, so let's check out the Bears real quickly. Their stats. Not great offense. They have a 10th ranked defense though. I think their defense is pretty good. I think that's where they would make their money, so to speak. And I'm not sold on the Packers in that game.
Okay, I mean I understand that.
I'm not taking the Bears. I'm just going to watch that and enjoy.
I understand.
I'm going to cheer for your pick.
Okay.
I like whenever your picks win too.
Let's see what other defenses. They haven't really faced any good defenses yet, so you might be right. The Saints defense is actually pretty good, but they lost 38-3. The Lions defense is a hot mess. Dan Campbell was crying at the end of the game. Did you see that?
Yeah,
he was crying.
Sometimes you just don't know what else to do. What can you do?
Yeah, it's like, dude, we've all seen the end of the Notebook. It is sad.
How do you think that went over in the locker room?
I think the guys believe in him. He was like. First off, he's the first person in NFL history to lose back-to-back weeks on 50-plus yard field goals.
It's tough.
That is tough because they were in there. They also played the 49ers, the Steelers, and the Bengals. Again, I'm staying with my guys. We're Green Bay -4.5. Green Bay -4.5. Okay. Does that work for you?
I'm not taking.
You're not taking,
but I'm cheering for you.
Do you have any games you want to take? Do you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. What did you think about this one? Bengals -3.5 versus Detroit. Detroit easily could have won 2 to 4 games this year. They really could have. I mean, this could be a much different story that we're selling them. But the fact of the matter is, they are still a bottom 5 defense. They are still struggling to prevent the pass. Joe Burrow has a ton of weapons at receiver. Joe Mixon's back. He wasn't 100% last game. He will be 100% he'll be closer to 100% this game. If the other thing is, if the Bengals wouldn't have missed a couple kicks there at the end in overtime, they would have probably won. Well, they would have won that game, so they would have won that. They would have beat Green Bay.
Jamar Chase confirmed good.
After coming out of training camp, and they were like, this guy can't. He even said, he's like, I can't see the NFL ball. There's no white line on it. He's like, I can't see it coming in. Turns out you don't need to see it, Joe.
Man, what a ploy to get yourself open.
You think that's what it was? Like, you guys don't got to cover me. I can't even see the ball. I can't even.
Don't worry about him. He can't see it. Wait, what's?
Yeah. Why is he in the end zone? He went off last week. He
Yeah.
had like 170 yards, something like that.
159, 6 catches for
that was
159.
big. Could you imagine this? Imagine Jamar Chase catching a ball thrown by Jameis Winston. You can't see it when you throw it. They can't see it when they catch it.
Does it exist in between? We'll never know.
Till it's picked off, because it would definitely be picked off. So for me here, it just comes down to the simple thing is I think Joe Burrow went off against Green Bay. I don't think he's going to have trouble going off against Detroit. Detroit is down 2 cornerbacks yet again, so they're playing with guys out there that probably wouldn't be on an NFL field on Sunday if it wasn't for injuries. So Bengals minus 3.5.
Fair enough by me. I think that the Lions stink.
You don't like them?
And Bengals minus 3.5, I think is a perfectly fine line. If I was going to take a line,
yeah.
If I was going to, are you done with that game?
Yeah.
I'm
write this down.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs minus 7.
They don't cover. Taylor Heineke hasn't looked bad.
So you say they don't cover.
They don't cover,
which means
they're going to cover.
They're due to cover.
They're due, yeah. Yeah, if it hasn't happened in a while. Man, they are on fraud alert after what happened to them on Sunday night, though. It wasn't even a game. That Bills over.
Oh, yeah.
That Bills over 27.5 team points hit by like halftime.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Those are good ones.
Well, I mean, for me, it's one of those things where like I want to believe in them because they are still the Chiefs. They are still coached by Andy Reid. They're still not a bad team. But man, that defense might be the worst defense I've ever seen in my life. Like if they play Seattle, that could get up to like 90 points.
I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is now on IR.
Okay.
So that's not great for the offense, but there's so many weapons that they have there, and I think it's one of those things where I think we'll find them peaking at the right time at the end of the season. I totally see that happening with the Chiefs. And
I can definitely say that if you're gonna bet on an inconsistent team, the Washington football team would be a team to do that with. They're still struggling to find an identity out there. So I'm not gonna take that game, but I will also cheer for you for that game.
Thank you, dear.
So let's just we talked a lot of overs already. Our overs we got are Baltimore and the Chargers over 51. We got the Browns and the Arizona over 49, which I don't understand. I don't understand that line at all. So if you like that one, please hit that. One of the lines that I like here is I don't like that anymore now that I look at it. I like Green Bay Chicago over 45. Green Bay and Chicago over 45. Green Bay is very capable of just hanging 31 points by themselves. If Rodgers gets hot, he can slice that defense up all day. Not a problem. Last week he put up 344 and 2 touchdowns. His running backs played well, went for 103 yards, no scores. This one gets over 45 because their defense isn't good either, so they can give up some points.
I'm on board with that too, over 45 in that game. I think it sounds good. Also, we had the Mike Evans over 65.5 receiving yards,
yes,
and then Trevor Lawrence over 30 rushing yards.
Yeah, if it's I don't know the exact line on that yet, but if it's under 30 rushing yards, go ahead and take that. Before we get to our Bet the Hash pick, we do have to thank our sponsors because it's been a while since we talked about them. I apologize. Our live casino in Pittsburgh. So if you're looking for a place to watch the games this week, we got a Sunday night matchup against the Steelers and the Seahawks. And if you want a place to watch that, you should absolutely watch that game at the live casino. Go down, spend all day there. Bet early. Go ahead and just hit the casino up, win some money on blackjack.
And if you're at the Sports and Social restaurant, which overlooks the sports book, and you can see the 2-story media wall from there, if you're there, half hour before Steelers games, you may see a guest pick from yours truly.
You might see somebody,
Take a picture of us and send it to us on Instagram, and then we'll put it on our stories.
Boom. 2 stories.
That's called synergy.
Win, win, win.
Where's the PowerPoint?
Win, win. Michael Scott. Win, win, win.
The win, win, win.
The win, win, win. There's win, lose. There's win. There's lose, lose, which is not good. We don't want that one. So before we get to our Bet the Hash pick, we just want to remind you that hockey is back and alive and well. I'm going to make a pick for this game tonight. I know it's probably not a popular pick. The Penguins are hurting. They're without Sidney Crosby. They're without Evgeny Malkin. They're without Jake Gensel. So I don't see them. I want them to win this game. I want them to win this game. But here's what I can promise you is going to happen in this game. In the second quarter, Kasperi Kapanen is going to rip one past Tampa Bay's netminder underneath his right arm.
When's this happening?
Second quarter. Second half of the second period. Second half of the second period. Sorry. It's been a while, guys. I've been drinking since yesterday. Second half of the second period, Kasperi Kapanen rips one. Back of the net. Goals.
The
plus
puck
600.
or,
plus 600.
Flatulence.
Plus 600. If you like money.
Plus 600 for him to just score a goal.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Tonight.
Good luck to you.
It's not an official pick, but that's what.
Okay,
what
thanks.
I'm
Thank you for that.
Yeah. If I were to take anything on this game, I would probably take Tampa.
For our live watchers and listeners, they're going to get that little gem.
Yeah. Yep.
Another
little gem for our live watchers and listeners. App State -4.5 tonight. We got football tonight.
Let's go.
We got football tonight.
I got duck pin tonight.
You got duck pin tonight. So I won't keep Drew from duck pin. We are about an hour into the show. Again, we just want to remind you, if you guys want to watch the show or listen to it after the fact or just support it anyway, just go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just type in Take the Over Sports. We do appreciate that. It means a lot to us. It helps us out. We get some more viewers there. We can start doing some more fun things, some cool giveaways, things of that nature. Thank you to our amazing people at the live casino.
Yes.
And now, without further ado, let's do our. Do you have a parlay pick of the week? Because I got a good one here. My parlay pick of the week is money line. I'm going to give you two options to play. Two ways to play this. All right, two ways to play this: Kansas City, LA Rams, Dallas, and Buffalo plus 254. Or you could throw in the Chargers in there to win outright, and it goes up to plus 771. Chargers are going to beat Baltimore this week. Might as well make some money on it. But my official parlay pick of the week is Kansas City, Los Angeles Rams, Dallas, and Buffalo plus 254. That's my official one.
Thank you, Jerry.
If you want more money, throw in the Chargers plus 771. That's a lot.
Parlay pick of the week.
Let's hear it.
Chiefs money line. Vikings money line. Packers money line.
What's that come out to?
That puts us right at plus 251.
Chiefs, Packers.
Chiefs, Packers, Vikings, all on the money line. You ever seen 3 away teams win on the money line?
What's that turn out to, though?
Plus 250.
Plus 250. All right. You might as well throw the Chargers in there because they're not losing.
I'm not gonna spoil that.
So there you go.
I've been down that road before. It doesn't go anywhere good.
As we go on. So hopefully we'd love to add another line to the song next week for the Ben Roethlisberger experience here in Pittsburgh. My bet the Haas pick for the week. Here it is, our most confident bet of the week, and we were 1-1 last week. No, we were 1-0-1 last week. Green Bay tied, so that's a push. Green Bay push there. You took the Chargers, and why wouldn't you take the Chargers? As you should every week. Maybe not that. Well, maybe this week. So my pick this week is another line that just doesn't make sense to me. I already bet it. I already locked it in here. Buffalo Bills -4.5. Buffalo Bills proved to me on Sunday night that they are a really good team. Tennessee is still the same team that lost to the Jets. For me, it's this is, again, I think, dude, Josh Allen was everywhere. He's everywhere. He's like 6'4", 235. He's Cam Newton with more accuracy and a bigger arm. Is that what you had?
Yeah. They're on FanDuel right now, they're -5.5. Bills are. But that's also mine.
Bills -5.5?
Yes.
So we're going in. This is the first time in the history of the podcast. 2,800 episodes. It's the first time we've ever.
Syndication.
Yes. Before we go, we'll do a hot take. But before we do that, Drew, do you have a hockey pick tonight? It's Kraken, Vegas.
I think the Kraken at Vegas. Let's see who
they're down a lot of guys right now because of COVID.
Yeah, let's see what we got for. That's what we got to check these for player performance doubles, player props. Here we go. Okay, now we're cooking.
Let's go. Player props are Drew's crack.
Anytime goal scores, players to record 1+ points. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Wow, they're on to us. Alex Petrangelo's -194 to record a point. All last year he was +100. That stinks. Yeah, let's do.
I love watching you work.
Thank you very much. Let's do Riley Smith is a nice value pick at -110. Riley Smith -110.
All right.
For the to score 1 point forward for the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Who was it?
Riley Smith, Reilly.
Riley Smith -110 to record a point, a goal or an assist or a second assist.
Great teeth too. If you see, they're probably fake because he plays hockey.
Yeah,
but if you see a picture, great teeth.
I'll tell you, James Neal had some good fake teeth.
Yep.
James Neal had some good fake teeth.
A lot of good dental work.
Here's my hot take for the week. And thank you guys again so much for joining us. If you do like the show, we do appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in here this week, and hopefully we can win you some money. Again, this is going to come crashing down sooner or later. So ride this while it can. We gave you some really great picks. Those will all be up on our Instagram and our Facebook. And
what if we have an undefeated week?
Wow. If we do, we're going to have to go to the casino. But
yeah.
we probably... We probably own this place right now, so just give us the keys. My hot take of the week. Here's my hot take of the week. And it's really not even that hot anymore because Buffalo screwed it up. I took my hot take. Again, these are picks that we don't count against the record because we actually don't think that they're going to happen. But if they do happen, we've hit one this year. It's pretty cool. So we don't count them for or against our record, just so we're all clear on that. Jacksonville -6.5. So we're giving them... We're going the other way. They're +3.5, taking them down to -6.5. Buffalo -7.5, and if you parlay that, you get like +585. It's probably a little less than that now since Buffalo's down to -5.5. So, Drew, what's your hot take?
My hot take. You want to hear a hot take?
I want to hear a hot take, a spicy one. Why is it spicy?
Okay, my hot take is going to be the Houston Texans money line.
Who they play?
They're away at the Colts.
That could happen.
The Philadelphia Eagles money line. Now we're not going to do a Thursday game for parlay. I think the Giants aren't going to beat the Rams.
Whoa, Mike Lennon, what are you talking? Why are you so disrespectful? What did
hurt you? Patriots money line, and Patriots money line and Texans money line.
Patriots money line, Texans money line comes out to what?
Put them together for +1052.
Patriots. Texans +1050. Dude, there was a moment last week where I thought the Patriots were going to lose that game.
Yep.
That was a real moment.
Yeah.
So that's our bet that has. Drew's got Patriots money line and Texans money line. I got Jacksonville -6.5, Buffalo -7.5. Hey, that's it. That's another great week. This was a shorter episode than usual. Only about a couple minutes because Drew's got a big duck pin match tonight.
No, we're fine. Yeah,
Drew's got a big.
They're all big.
They're big, and he's got
big.
the highest average in the league.
I don't. I'm like 6th, 7th. I'll text you whenever I get there.
All right, please text me and let me know. The people want to know. I'm going to put it up on our Instagram.
One good buddy, Taylor Andrisco, does have the highest average in the league.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Dursk?
Yeah.
What's he averaging?
Like 137.
Is that good?
It's the best in the league.
Yeah, but does your league stink?
I can't call it.
Is it? I mean,
I only bowl with the league. I don't know how the league's bowl. I don't know what's going on.
What's the perfect score in duck pin bowling?
300.
Because the pins are smaller?
The pins are smaller, spaced out farther. The ball's smaller.
So no one gets a 300.
It's a lot.
You can't.
Legendary if you can do it.
Yeah. You just go to drink.
I don't drink when I'm there.
All right. Well,
I enjoy the camaraderie
bowling enough
for the
like
competition
I don't even need
friends.
Yeah. Oh, let's competitively be sober. What? Oh, it'd be great, guys. If maybe after we were done here, we could just go volunteer. That sounds like a great group activity. Bowling sober. Do you leave there smelling like cigarettes?
No. Now it's my turn. It's my turn to ask a question.
Hold on.
It's my turn to ask a question.
All right. Ask a question.
Where are we volunteering? And yes, you do. Yeah, you leave there smelling like cigarettes?
Oh, yeah, big time. All right, so it is a real bowling alley, you guys. It is a real bowling alley. There's a guy who's named Buck for no reason. Is there? There's a guy. There's another guy with his name on his shirt, but not like a name on his shirt where it's like, oh, he's part of the bowling team. Like, no, he's a mechanic and he has a name on. He doesn't change, so he just brings that to the bowling alley and he's like, it's duck pin. You guys ain't got to clean up for duck pin.
There's a resoner down there,
huh?
A good resoner.
What's that? Someone that puts resin on your balls?
Yep.
I've been looking for someone to put resin on my balls. Yeah. So that's the show, everybody. I think it could have ended 10 minutes ago, but that's the show, everybody. We do appreciate you guys hanging out. Please follow us on Instagram at Take the Over Pod, and please also subscribe to our YouTube channel at just type in Take the Over Sports, and you'll find us. Until next week, good luck, everybody. Have a good Sunday.
Yes, have another good Sunday. Let's get another one.
Go.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Take the Over podcast. Reminder, a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.